They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to.
Yin sighed and stretched on her bed. It was already 9 p.m. and she woke up with a hungry stomach because she hadn't had dinner yet. Yin put on her nightgown robe and left the bedroom to eat dinner. Some maids were still in the kitchen because they knew Yin hadn't had dinner and Jungkook hadn't come home yet. Seeing Yin, they immediately prepared her dinner. While chewing her food, Yin looked around and guessed that Jungkook hadn't come home yet. She felt a bit worried since Jungkook had been coming home late almost every night. They had an arranged marriage and decided to sleep in separate rooms. Jungkook let Yin have the master bedroom, which was originally his, since this was his private house. Jungkook chose to sleep in another room because there were plenty of rooms in the house. Their relationship was quite cold, especially because Yin kept her distance from him. She felt embarrassed facing him. They used to be schoolmates, and Yin had once confessed her love to Jungkook, but he had rejected her. This made their relationship awkward. To hide her embarrassment, Yin limited her interactions with Jungkook. Sometimes Yin wondered how long their household would remain cold like this, but she didn't want to overthink it and just let time and circumstances fix everything. The important thing was that they appeared to be fine in front of their parents, who didn't know the true state of their marriage. Their main task was to act the part, even if it was just pretending. Luckily, from the first day of their marriage, they had their own house, giving them the freedom to manage their household however they wanted. After a few minutes, Yin finished her dinner and returned to the bedroom. Yin took off her nightgown robe, revealing her thin, sexy nightdress. She lay comfortably on the bed, bending her knees up so that her smooth thighs were fully exposed. Occasionally, she laughed at the funny videos she was watching on her phone. But suddenly, the door swung open and Jungkook appeared with a panicked look on his face. Yin was utterly shocked. Her underwear was almost visible due to her careless pose. Jungkook was equally surprised to see Yin lying down in such a casual pose and wearing such a revealing nightdress, which he had to admit, made his heart race and his body tingle. Jungkook, why didn't you knock first? Yin said angrily after regaining her composure, and quickly sat up to fix her appearance. Shh, don't yell, Jungkook said as he closed the door. Yin hurriedly put her nightgown robe back on to cover her exposed body. What do you mean by suddenly barging in like this? I was even dressed. Jungkook quickly covered her mouth with a frustrated look. Yin almost bit her husband's hand if he hadn't spoken up. My mom is here, and she's staying overnight. Yin's eyes widened at what Jungkook said. He removed his hand from Yin's mouth. Their eyes met in silence, both deep in thought. So what do we do now? Yin finally asked, hoping Jungkook had a solution. Jungkook sighed and ran his fingers through his hair. We should go and see my mom first. Yin followed his suggestion and walked behind him out of the bedroom. Jungkook's mother looked delighted when she saw Yin appear behind her son. The middle-aged woman immediately hugged Yin and kissed her on both cheeks alternately. I've missed you so much, dear. Oh, come on, Mom. Didn't we just see each other a month ago? Jungkook folded his arms and lazily threw himself onto the sofa. What are you saying? Can't I miss my daughter-in-law? His mother put her hands on her hips towards Jungkook, but Yin gently patted her mother-in-law's hand to calm her down. I missed you too, Mom. Are you staying over? Can I? Jungkook's mother looked at Yin with hopeful eyes. Yin kept smiling as she glanced at Jungkook, who was shaking his head, signaling no. However, Yin, not knowing how to refuse, answered with a forced smile, of course, you can, Mom. Damn it. Yin, curse your tongue. Yin grumbled to herself after saying that. Jungkook now looked like he was massaging his temples. In reality, Yin couldn't really refuse, because she had already seen her mother-in-law's suitcase sitting neatly beside the sofa. How long are you staying, Mom? Jungkook's voice sounded bored as he carelessly loosened his tie. Hey, why do you seem like you want me to leave even before I stay over? Aren't you happy I'm staying? Huh? It's not that, Mom. You'll interrupt my romantic time with Yin. You know she's very shy. Jungkook tried to calm his mother by hugging her from behind. Of course, Yin shuddered at that crazy man's words. Meanwhile, Jungkook's mother began to smile mischievously while looking at Yin. Don't worry. I won't disturb you when you're in your bedroom. I'll leave when your dad returns from his business trip. What? Jungkook half shouted, letting go of his hug from his mother. Why? Don't yell in my ear, Jungkook. But Dad is on a survey in Europe for 3 weeks. So what? I'll be lonely if I'm home alone. Besides, I'm only staying for 3 weeks. When you stayed in my womb for 9 months, I didn't complain, Jungkook. His mother now crossed her arms and looked at Yin hopefully, making her daughter-in-law blink. Is it okay, Yin? Well, Yin tried to voice her refusal, but what came out was, of course, Mom. And once again, Yin cursed herself. What now? I don't want to share a room with you. Yin glared at Jungkook, who was now sitting on the bed. Jungkook looked annoyed. Do you think I want to? The important thing is we need to think of a way to get my mom to leave quickly. Then tell your dad to come back early. Are you crazy? I'll be sent straight to hell. Well, that sounds better. Go tell your dad to come back early. I'm not in the mood to argue. We have to act in front of my mom. Yin chuckled. You act like this marriage isn't just an act too. Whatever. As long as my mom is staying here, I'll sleep in this bedroom. Jungkook threw his suit carelessly and lay down on the bed. Hey, are you crazy? I refuse to sleep with you. Yin yanked the blanket off. Jungkook smirked. Didn't you like me before? Why are you acting like you hate me now? His words reminded Yin of something she wanted to forget. Her face turned red. That was before, now. I knew you were an arrogant guy. I rejected your feelings because I didn't want to date anyone at that time. Do you think I should accept every girl's confession? Yin stayed silent, knowing Jungkook never accepted any girl's confession. If you were me, would you accept every guy's confession? How many guys have confessed to you? I know many of my classmates were also rejected by you. Did you accept them? That's because I have the right to reject their feelings. I couldn't accept them all. That's exactly what I did. I didn't accept anyone, including you, because I didn't want to date anyone at that time. Yin remained silent, realizing Jungkook was right, but she still felt embarrassed remembering it all. Seeing Yin stay silent, Jungkook didn't feel relieved, but rather guilty. Yin was avoiding him and wouldn't even look his way. Jungkook sighed, massaging his temples. Come here, you can sleep here, Jungkook conceded, knowing he couldn't let his wife sleep on the sofa. Yin stayed silent, lying on the sofa and covering herself completely with a blanket. Yin, Jungkook called again, but Yin pretended not to hear him. Jungkook sighed heavily, got up and stood in front of her. Without warning, he lifted her up. Yin was shocked and screamed from under the blanket. Hey, what are you doing? Jungkook threw her onto the bed. Surprised, Yin pulled the blanket off her face and saw Jungkook walking away. Jungkook lay down on the sofa. Yin frowned at the sight. That night, they slept in the same bedroom, but not in the same bed. Yin slowly opened her eyes and stretched to loosen her stiff body. Still half asleep, she lowered her feet from the bed and saw the empty glass on the nightstand. Her throat was parched, so she decided to go to the kitchen for a drink. Drowsily, Yin walked to the door and opened it, only to be startled to see her mother-in-law standing right in front of it. Good morning, my beautiful daughter-in-law. How did you sleep? How about we go shopping today? While I'm here, I want to spend a lot of time with you, and I'll have Jungkook drive us. Yin, still half asleep, was shocked by her mother-in-law's presence, having momentarily forgotten about her. Where's Jungkook? Is he still asleep? That's son, I'll wake him up. Without waiting for permission, the middle-aged woman barged into the bedroom and was surprised, even shrieking, when she saw her son sleeping on the sofa. Jungkook, hearing his mother's shriek, slowly opened his eyes and sat up on the sofa, still half awake. Why are you sleeping on the sofa, Jungkook? You must have made your wife angry, and she told you to sleep there, right? What did you do to make Yin so mad? Jungkook, having just gathered his senses, sighed lazily. Seriously? Did he have to deal with this drama so early in the morning? He glared at Yin, blaming her for letting his mother into their bedroom. Meanwhile, Yin felt guilty for the morning's events and awkwardly scratched her neck. Come on, admit it. What did you do to make your wife so angry that she told you to sleep on the sofa, Jungkook? Seeing Jungkook cornered by his mother, Yin felt sorry for him. She slowly approached her mother-in-law, who had her hands on her hips, facing her son. Mom, we had a small argument last night. I got mad because Jungkook has been coming home late lately. Yin's intention to calm her mother-in-law backfired, making her even angrier as she glared at her son. Is that true, Jungkook? No wonder Yin is mad at you. If your daddy did that, I'd tell him to sleep on the sofa too. Yin was shocked. It seemed she hadn't helped Jungkook, but made things worse. Yin sighed in frustration and glanced at her husband, who with a cold expression, seemed to say, Are you satisfied now? You've only been married for a month and you're already a workaholic like your dad. His mother scolded him for about 30 minutes. Yin, if this naughty boy keeps coming home late, don't hesitate to tell him to sleep on the porch. Those were her parting words before leaving Yin and Jungkook alone in their bedroom. Once his mother left, Yin hurriedly locked the door. She hesitated, but finally approached Jungkook and sat beside him. Sorry, Yin's voice was uncharacteristically soft, showing she truly felt guilty. Jungkook smirked slightly. He was used to his mother's scolding before they got married. Seeing Yin's sudden gentleness and guilt made him feel mischievous. Teasing his wife a bit wouldn't hurt. Are you happy now, seeing me get scolded by my mom? She's never been that mad at me before, but because she sided with you, she scolded me like that for the first time. Jungkook's voice was low but piercing, although he was secretly holding back a smile. Hey, don't be mad. I didn't mean to cuss this. I opened the door half asleep, wanting to get a drink in the kitchen, and your mom was already standing there. She came in without giving me a chance to prepare. Yin tried to defend herself, but she still felt guilty. She should have fully woken up before opening the door and invited her mother-in-law to have breakfast or do something else outside the bedroom. If Yin had done that, this morning's incident wouldn't have happened. That was her regret. What did my mom say to you? Did she plan something for today? Jungkook's voice snapped Yin out of her thoughts. At first, your mom wanted to take me shopping and planned to have you drive us, but it seems like that's not happening now. Jungkook nodded and soon stood up, heading to the bathroom. I'm going to shower and get ready for work. If you feel guilty, at least prepare my clothes for today, he said before stepping into the bathroom. Yin was stunned for a few seconds before a small smile appeared on her lips. For some reason, despite Jungkook's orders, her heart fluttered. Finally, Yin felt relieved because most of Jungkook's clothes were in this bedroom, so she could choose what he would wear today. 20 minutes later, Jungkook finished showering and came out of the bathroom. He noticed the bedroom was empty, thinking Yin had probably gone to have breakfast with his mom. His gaze fell on the bed where Yin had prepared his clothes: pants, a long-sleeved shirt, a suit, a tie, and even his underwear. A slight smile appeared on his lips. Thanks, wifey, he murmured, as if Yin were there to hear it. After dressing for work, Jungkook left the room to join his wife and mother for breakfast before heading to the office. Not wanting to make his mother nag again like this morning, Jungkook came home earlier than usual. Usually, he arrived around 10 p.m., but today he came home at 7 p.m. As soon as he entered, his mother invited him to join them for dinner. His mother, who had planned to take Yin shopping, ended up changing her plans. The middle-aged woman went out on her own, and when Yin asked, she simply said she had a sudden appointment with her socialite friends. Now they were almost done with dinner when a maid came with 3 glasses of refreshing watermelon juice. Jungkook was puzzled by the juice, since he hadn't asked for it. Why did you bring juice? I didn't ask for any. Before the maid could respond, his mother spoke up. I asked for it. We ate a lot of meat tonight, so drinking juice will help our digestion. Yin and Jungkook obediently nodded and drank the juice, finding it very refreshing. After finishing their meal, they chatted for a bit at the table. A few minutes later, they all went to the bedrooms. Yin rubbed her throbbing head. She had been lying down for 20 minutes, staring at the ceiling, her mind racing. Jungkook was in the bathroom, freshening up. Her head felt heavier and the room seemed hotter. She grabbed the remote for the air conditioner and set it to the lowest temperature, but it didn't help. Soon, the bathroom door opened and Jungkook stepped out with just a towel around his waist. Yin stole a quick glance at her husband's muscular body before looking away. Jungkook dressed for bed and took his place on the sofa, avoiding a fight with Yin. Silently, Yin glanced at her husband, feeling guilty about this morning, but their egos kept them from mending their relationship. 30 minutes passed. Jungkook seemed restless. He threw off his blanket, feeling the room's heat. Yin, did you change the temperature? It's so hot. I'm hot too. I set it to the lowest, but maybe the air conditioner is broken. Yin fanned her face with her hand. Their eyes met. They both felt a strange sensation in their bodies. Yin looked away, feeling nervous under Jungkook's intense gaze. Yin lay back down, trying to sleep, but her body felt even stranger and hotter. She got up, intending to soak in the bathtub, but stopped when she heard Jungkook. Cooling off in the bathroom won't help. Yin turned, puzzled by how Jungkook knew her condition. She asked, "How do you know?" Jungkook smiled faintly. "Because I feel the same way. I think my mom planned something for us." What do you mean? Don't make me more confused, Jungkook. My head is pounding. The juice we drank earlier. I'm sure my mom spiked it with something to make us like this. Yin grasped what Jungkook meant, but felt awkward about their situation. She feigned innocence and asked, "What's happening to us?" Jungkook chuckled at her pretense. He replied, "I know what you want, because I want the same thing." What do you want? Yin still tried to seem clueless. Jungkook's answer shocked her. "I want to touch you and devour you, Yin." Yin noticed Jungkook's voice was deeper, sexier to her ears. Jungkook stood up from the sofa and approached her. Slowly, Jungkook raised a hand to touch her neck, pulling her closer until their faces were inches apart. His lips met hers in a kiss, and Yin didn't resist. That night, for the first time, they both acknowledged their mutual desire. Jungkook woke first, looking at his wife still sleeping beside him after their long night. Yin soon opened her eyes and saw her husband smiling at her. They felt awkward until Jungkook asked, "Do you regret what we did last night?" "Even if I did, you're my husband. Do you regret it?" "Not at all, because you're my wife. Yin saw a smile on his lips. Jungkook, what if I get pregnant? That's not a problem. If you get pregnant, we'll have a child. What's the issue? Yin asked hesitantly. Are you happy if I get pregnant? How do you feel about becoming a father? Jungkook chuckled. Of course, I'm happy. It means I'll have a child soon, boy or girl, it doesn't matter. I know our child will be beautiful or handsome. Why are you so sure? Because my child will be born from a beautiful woman. After saying that, Jungkook got up to shower and prepare for work. Yin couldn't stop smiling, touching her warm cheeks from his compliment. It seemed Jungkook's mother's efforts had paid off. Yin and Jungkook had reconciled, opening a new chapter in their love story. 3 days later, Yin stepped into her husband's casino, carrying a food container. With a cheerful face, she made her way to Jungkook's room. Yin opened the door and walked in, seeing Jungkook on the phone with someone, likely a business partner. She sat beside him and unpacked the food prepared by Jungkook's mother. A few seconds later, Jungkook finished his call and smiled at his wife sitting next to him. I brought food. Your mom cooked this, especially for you. Eat up. You probably haven't had dinner yet. Without hesitation, Jungkook dug into the food his wife brought. Jungkook, do you have to manage the casino every night? Aren't you tired from going to work and then coming here? Why? Do you want me to spend more time at home? Actually, yes. I'm worried about your health if you're always exhausted. Alright, starting tomorrow, I'll spend my evenings at home. After work, I'll come straight home. Yin was surprised, not expecting Jungkook to agree so easily. I didn't expect that. Is it really that easy? Of course, because my wife asked. It's nice knowing my wife is waiting for me at home. Yin smiled, her cheeks flushing. She realized her husband was starting to care about her, and she was happy about it.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential.